Yo, what up? It's Jay Hen. Right now, you're listening.
On Wax the podcast, baby.
On Wax the podcast, right here in San Antonio, Texas. Number one podcast.
Like you drunk, I ain't scared of that. I put it on Chuck. You a bitch ass punk. In the NFL with scares and the type nigga like it's a.
Yo, what it do, baby? We got one. Hey, we got one for you today. Producer, songwriter. Did I say producer? Songwriter, guitarist, entrepreneur, has the Perez pepper sauce, the Perez sellers. He's been a part of the Selena y los Dinos, Cumbia Kings, Grupo Metal, and the Chris Perez Band, San Antonio's very own Mr. Chris Perez.
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
Good to be here in San Antonio, my hometown.
And may I interject and say, Grammy Award winning.
Oh yeah.
Grammy Award winning on Wax the Podcast. Grammy Award winning. We done did that, baby. San Antonio 210. Man, met you at the Lolo Car Show.
Yes, it was like a week ago, right?
It was just about a week ago.
Yeah.
Did not expect to see you, man. And one thing that I will say about seeing you is you really get to capture how big of a deal Chris Perez is. And I say that very respectfully. I was like shook. And I don't know if you can tell during our interaction, but I was like, oh shit, that's Chris Perez. Like, for anybody that didn't know, I was like, hey, that's Chris Perez. That's Chris Perez right there, man. Like, it was a big deal.
Yeah, that, I mean, I get awkward too sometimes, so fortunately I've had many opportunities to, interact with fans or just people in general. And it takes some practice. It's one of the things I learned about, I learned through Selena was how she would interact and, with the fans and try to just, hey, just be cool, put everybody at ease. And it just makes for a better time for everybody.
And speaking of Selena, you had mentioned probably several times, but like she had that it factor, right?
Oh yeah.
And for me, and it sounds like maybe for you, I get on here and I act an ass, man. I can turn it up, right? But it's an internal switch that like when I'm driving, I'm like, I gotta turn it on. I gotta turn it up. Let's go. Like I gotta get like mentally ready. So like even for the Lolo Car Show, right? Like one of my biggest idols is Lil Flip. I love Lil Flip, right? And right. I knew he was going to be there. R&B Faux Mob, which is one of our bigger stars in San Antonio as of today, was there. And I knew I was going to see some people. And I had to get like mentally ready for it. You know what I mean? And when I was doing my research on Chris Perez and seeing the documentaries and, the movie and just seeing that, you are a little bit, you can be in a shell sometimes, you know what I mean? And I can relate to that because a lot of people see me on the podcast and they see me recording and they're like, oh man, he's this, he's that. There.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I'm not. So like on the Lolo Car Show specifically, I was pretty shy. I was pretty quiet and I just kind of wait for my moment to like interject. So when I did see you, I was pretty shy throughout the entire day. And thanks to you, I think that gave me the confidence to go and talk to other people after that. So I think you were one of the first people that I talked to. I thought it went really well. And here we are.
Yeah, no, it was fun meeting you. And it kind of, it's part of the entertainment aspect of what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, like, I can't tell you how many times I've run into people and they just think because of some of the scenes in the movie and trashing hotel rooms and stuff like that, they think,
that's
that, and it's really not. And like if you meet, I have a lot of friends that are comedians, right? And before meeting them, like you see them all hyped up and, they're being their comedic self.
Right.
But then when you meet them and you hang out with them in person, and then they're just like chill, real cool. You're like, hey, you're a normal dude,
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I understand how people can.
That's funny you say that. Yeah, a lot of comedians have sat here And to our point, like you can see him hit a switch here, but I was like, man, that wasn't just 5 minutes ago. Like you can kind of turn it on. And I think it's a lot of people think like, oh, that's not real, and that's kind of he's putting on an act. No, you could have many layers. You know what I mean? Like you could have several faces within one. So
yeah,
I don't really take it as much. Speaking of the Lolo Car Show, though, that was my first time at the Lolo Car Show. Have you ever been to one of those events?
It was mine as well. A good friend of ours was part of the promoting team, the promoters. So he invited us out there. And,
was it David?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I love David.
Yeah,
Shout out to David.
Yeah. Which is crazy because I met him in Los Angeles and he was working out there, and then he moved over here. So now he's over here in my hometown. But yeah, so no, and we did it. We just pulled up. Went through just like everybody else, went through the front, walked in, we had will call tickets, so I didn't have to buy tickets, but they had our name up there. We got the tickets. We walked through the front doors, through the crowd, and it was nuts.
Yeah, same. I had to get it from will call, and I was just like, hopefully nobody notices me. Hopefully nobody.
No, it was a good time. It was a good time.
And the cars are crazy. Like, yeah. And it really makes you like appreciate the Latino culture, you know what I mean? Like it was crazy. I had no idea. Like I always think of that culture like a California thing, like a Lolo, Cholo, Dickies, and the high socks and the low rider. We always have like slabs and shit,
Wait, but where are you from? San Antonio? Where are you from?
Well, that's a good question. I was born in San Antonio. I've been here my whole adult life, but I was raised in Bastrop. Do you know where Bastrop's at?
I know I've driven through it. I just don't remember on which part of Texas.
In between Austin and Houston. So it's like Austin, Del Valley, Bastrop, and then it goes all the way to Houston. So, you know where Smithville's at? Have you heard of Smithville? It's right next door to Bastrop. But have you seen the movie Hope Floats? Sandra Bullock?
That was filmed there?
Filmed in Smithville, baby. Home of Hope Floats. So I always try to put us on the map. But yeah, I'm from the country, man. So a lot of the culture in San Antonio, we're going to talk about like fiestas right around the corner, right? Like, I don't get the whole fiesta medal. I've been here for like 20 years and I just don't get it. Like everybody has their medals, people collect them. It's like,
it's something to do. I mean, I've never been into that. And what's crazy is even though I'm not, I always get, by the time fiesta is over, I have like a box full of medals because people are
everybody's giving you medals. Yeah.
But I know a lot of people that are hardcore collectors, so it's a thing. I mean, just like I collect guitars, people collect.
Born and raised in San Antonio?
Yes.
I think that's so neat too, because obviously you end up making music and enjoying, Selena y los dinos, but you were from San Antonio, you know what I mean? Like you weren't in their backyard, you were in San Antonio, and just based on the research, you had your own music scene here, you were doing shows here, and then ended up just like being at the right place at the right time and got recruited almost.
Yeah, I mean, AB and I have never, Selena's brother, the producer of Los Dinos, we never really sat down and talked about it, but I think what happened was I was a part of a band. I was a musical director, songwriter with the lead singer of the band, who was another female, Shelly. And I think he had heard about me as not just being a guitar player that can play different styles of music, right? Rock, pop, R&B. Tejano at the time.
Country or
well, we can talk about Louis now. Yeah, now there's just a little bit of everything, and being well rounded in that aspect. I think he wanted a guitar player like that because at the time the talk had just started about, and this was like 88, maybe 1988. The talk had just started with Selena about eventually one day doing an English album. And I guess the guitar player they had at the time was just mainly focused on Tejano music,
right?
And that was his forte. Excellent player. He's an influence of mine. I learned all his stuff off of the early Selena records because I loved it, not because I had to. So when I joined the band, I already knew all the material, which is crazy. But yeah, I mean, I did start off here in San Antonio. I mean, as far back as I can remember, let's see what I went to school at it. It's not a school anymore, but it's St. Mary's downtown. There's a St. Mary's church. It was right across the street
near here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had an underground tunnel. So I went to, it went from the school to the church. So us kids didn't have to cross the street. You know?
Oh, cool.
It was really cool. That was my, I think I was second grade. I spent there first and second grade. And then I went to St. Margaret Mary's, kind of on the southeast side a little bit. Went to St. Margaret Mary's there for a few years. Then from there, I moved to the northwest side of town, went to Maverick Elementary. Then from Maverick Elementary, I went to Longfellow Middle School. Then from Longfellow Middle School, I went to Jefferson High School. And then after that, I hit the road. I was gone. I hit the ground running after I graduated.
And left San Antonio?
I didn't, I still lived here, my address.
Oh, I hear you.
I would get my mail here. But yeah, that's when I started doing the music thing real seriously.
I think it's very admirable that you stay here, by the way. A lot of people, damn near everybody I think of, they get their start here, they get some fame, they get some popularity, and then they leave, right? And I get why they do, right? Because there's more outlets, there's more doors to be opened in other places.
Right.
But also, man, and maybe I'm biased, but we need people here. When we do have the low car shows, we need those people here to represent. And, just thinking about how you've been here for a while, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's a big deal. You could have easily went to Corpus. You could have easily went to LA. You could have easily went somewhere else.
Yeah.
And you decided to stick to your roots right here in San Antonio. So it's a big deal for San Antonians for sure.
Yeah. Well, as a musician, or in my case, I did, like I said, I always had an address here.
Right.
But sometimes when I was recording my first solo record, that we got a Grammy for, but that's a whole other thing. when I was recording that one, I had to move to Los Angeles because it was so intense and, getting into it. And I wanted to do the best that I could. And to me, that meant living there for a few months.
And that has to be exciting, right? You having the opportunity to move there. That's where people get, made from, you elevate in LA, I'm sure.
Yeah. I kind of it kind of sounds a little sorry, but in the moment, I'm so focused on what it is I'm doing that I might not appreciate it as much as I should in that moment. But it's when I'm done with it, you know what I mean, that I can be then I can turn around and appreciate and I realize the situation, because it's kind of like a horse with blinders, and you have that one vision and you have to be, for me anyway, everybody's different. For me, I have to be super focused on that thing, and I have to
that task at hand.
It's the first thing I think of in the morning. It's the last thing I think of before going to bed, and it's the stuff that I'm dreaming about when I'm asleep.
Sure. Makes sense.
Yeah. So, and then it's after that, you get to, I'm able to relax and enjoy it.
So you did end up. How long were you in LA for?
About 6 months.
Oh, okay.
About 6 months.
Well,
No. And then I've also lived on the East Coast for a while. I loved it. I've loved everywhere that I've lived, but it's not home.
Right. I hear you.
And then I did live in Corpus when Selena and I got married. So I lived there from mid 92 till November of 99. So what's that? 7 years?
And what I just always find it interesting, by the way, Selena had her shop here in San Antonio as well, right?
Yeah, we had one here. Yeah.
And that was just because of her popularity in San Antonio? What was the roots why she brought it to San Antonio?
She was trying to expand.
Okay, cool.
Wanting to expand.
Right.
We had the one in Corpus already open for a while. And then figured San Antonio is the next step, you know what I mean, to do that. So yeah, she did. I remember that day. It was and the building was awesome too. It was really cool. It was a lot bigger than the Corpus building. And
so what was that conversation like? She just wanted to expand and said something like, yeah, I think we should do a second store. Why not in San Antonio? Yeah,
pretty much that was it. And then we had I have family. My family's pretty much all here. So my sister was managing
cool.
the shop.
Nice. I never knew that. Wow.
Yeah. We had, and then we had a lot of friends too it was a lot easier to do it here a second store here in San Antonio that it would have been, say, in Houston, which is farther away.
Have more help here.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Yeah, I think it's so neat. Like I said, with Corpus being the home base and spreading out to San Antonio, and like I said, if you have your family and friends in there, that's even better. Man, I watched the documentary, and one thing I want to say about the doc that I just have to ask is those shows in Mexico. That's one, like there were a few things that stuck out to me in the whole show, like the whole doc, but those shows in Mexico, did you attend those shows?
I was not in the band. If they're the shows that I think you're talking about,
The
early ones. Yeah, if it was the early ones, no, I wasn't there.
Like just those settings though, because it sounded like that was breaking new territory, right? Like, and I've been to Mexico a few times, and I know I'm like a sore thumb, but like it's kind of intimidating over there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And it like I got that vibe from the family, like, oh, like it's a way that you have to do it to grow, right? Like this is the next step. But also, like, I know Fluffy had just recently talked about it. I forget what he was saying. He has this new liquor. I believe it's a tequila, and he's called it something.
Really? Huh.
And it's basically saying like the Mexicans in Mexico don't really accept us, but I am Mexican. These are our roots, and I'm proud to be Mexican. And just I'm half white, half Mexican, and it's always kind of funny because the Mexicans think I'm too white to be Mexican, and the whites think I'm too brown to be white. So I understand, like, when you go to Mexico and try to fit in or try to sell your product in a sense.
Yeah.
It had to have been nerve-wracking. You had been to Mexico, I'm sure, to perform. Did you ever experience anything like that? No nerves?
The whole time.
Oh, okay. So
I mean, going into Mexico, in those years, you're talking 90. So when I went in with them, that was when we did the big push.
Right.
Like that was when
she was already established.
I think the time you were speaking of earlier, I don't think they had anything on the radio or anything out there. By the time I went with them, by the time we went as a band in 1992, it was the first time I remember, because we had just gotten married, and then that's when the whole Mexico push started. And I could understand Spanish. 99% of what is said to me, I can understand it because of my grandparents.
Oh, cool.
And I'm becoming a lot better at speaking it now because I've been over there and I've been doing interviews and whatever. But to go over there and be a part of a band that is like just starting to kick in doors and playing in front of 90,000 people and you know, so you're doing these TV shows and promotions, and luckily Selena was she was the mouthpiece of the whole group, you know what I mean? Yeah. So everybody, I mean, nobody wanted to talk to us, you know what I mean? But on the rare occasion that they did, it was just, and the whole time, even if they never talked to you, the whole time I was just thinking like, oh, please don't ask me anything. Don't ask me anything. I don't want to make a fool of myself, whatever. But having said all that, at the end of the day, I mean, the fans and the TV hosts and everything were super gracious and nice, and they understood. You know what I mean?
Dope, I don't know if you were gonna get. I didn't know if I was gonna get that the reaction. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. You know, as far as I go, like I would just be hoping I didn't get asked anything. You know, but it always ended up. It always ended up cool. And the other thing too is like Selena, when we first went over there, it wasn't easy, you know, with her Spanish, but dude, like it was real quick. But the next time she started doing interviews and it was just flowing. She sounded, legit, her Spanish or whatever. I attribute that to not only her practicing and her studying and her listening, but also the fact that we had this catalog of, I don't even know how many songs it would be if you were to count the songs on the records and the records before I was in the band. And each song is a story and the lyrics are amazing. And so I think in her mind, like she was able to just scramble all that around and create her own original response to questions.
I think it's crazy that you said that. Like, she learned Spanish on the job, right?
Yeah.
My dad, he's Mexican, but if you ask him, like, because he can speak fluent Spanish, by the way, and if you ask him, like,
That's awesome,
did your parents teach you? He'll say no. He works in construction. He's an insulator. He's like, I learned on the job. Like, you working with so many different Mexicans, you just kind of pick up here and there, and like, he's fluent though. Like,
that's amazing.
I mean, but he'll say, I've learned it just on the job, just working on the job site. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, that's
I need to get in construction.
No, that's the thing is, like, when you go to Mexico, and I just got back from Monterrey, and then before that I was in Mexico City. So when you go over there, you're just surrounded by the culture and by the language, and it just kind of seeps into you. And especially for somebody like us who has that already kind of connection, like you said, one of your parents is a Mexican American, and my dad's actually from Mexico. And my mom, her family, me growing up, they all spoke Spanish and English. So you're like, dude, you'd be surprised. I bet you if you went to Mexico for 2 weeks, you'd come back just.
I went to Mexico City 3 times already. It's one of my favorite cities in the world, by the way. I'm going to go and say it's my favorite city in the world. And I go there for 3 days and I come back. Hey,
yeah, so imagine doing interviews all day long.
Right.
Like, dude, when we go, it's brutal. When we go to do this last trip especially, like, we would wake up early to be at the first interview at 9 in the morning. And then we would work until 10, 11 at night sometimes. Like back to back to back to back.
Oh, shit.
Just one after the other, and it's Mexico City. Right. So from one place to, just you're all over.
How do you love Mexico City?
Well, I definitely love it. I missed it so much. It had been many years. I think the last time I was there was with the Cumbia Kings, with AB. Or it could have been the Cumbia All-Stars, another one with AB that we did together. But it had been years. And dude, not only Mexico City, but Monterrey, so much has changed.
Oh, so bad.
Oh, you know what? Monterrey is like...
Does it compete?
It does. And then there's this added element of you're not that far.
Right.
You know what I mean? From the
home
border.
Base, yeah.
Yeah, you're not that far. It's like right there.
I don't know. I went to Reynosa one day and it felt like I was far as hell.
Really?
It felt so far. I was like, I want to go home.
No, and I met a lot of people, especially in Monterrey, that are from the US.
Oh, nice.
But there was one dude in particular. We were at a coffee shop and he walked in and he had the badge of, with his name and where, he worked. And I looked and it was right next door. And I heard him say something and I go, oh, you speak English? And he goes, bro, I'm from Houston.
Nice.
Yeah. And I said, and you're living here? He goes, yeah. I was like, how do you like it? He goes, man, I love it. I love it here. I work right next door. And I look out the window of the coffee shop and the view is amazing. And it's of that mountain, the iconic mountain that they have. And it was just beautiful.
Mexico City for sure. Like I said, it's just beautiful. It's so green. I think it's pretty Americanized. Like they have coffee shops. They have, vintage stores. You can get t-shirts and hats and they have wrestling events and concerts, like you said, and comedy shows. I couldn't believe the food is top tier.
Dude, and they get rain.
Yeah.
It's not like over here. We hardly get rain, especially during the summertime. Yeah. But over there, they get rain. Like we'll be walking in the city, we were walking to an interview and just out of nowhere, man, and rain starts.
That's why it's so green. Yeah, it's so green. I couldn't believe how green it was.
Yes, in the middle, and it's like different than over here in that, like, where on the roads, in the middle of the roads, of course, they're concrete curbs, but there's real trees. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah, for sure. The first time I went to Mexico City, this is true story. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Narcos was on, on Netflix.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of scenes of Mexico City. And I was like, man, that place looks baller. And I was talking to a friend. We're just chopping it up about Narcos. And I was like, I really want to go. He's like, we should go. I was like, you'll go with me? He's full-blown Spanish. Fluent in Spanish. Perfect. And I was like, let's go. He's like, all right, bet. I'm so freaking impulsive and like spontaneous. I'm like, I booked. And he's like, oh, about that. What days was that again? And I was like, these days to these days. He's like, can't make it.
Don't.
My mom, which is white, begged me not to go. She's like, how much is your ticket? I'll give you double. Please don't go. Please don't go. Because like Narcos and like,
but no,
like, don't go.
Dude, the last thing you want to show him is that movie Man on Fire with Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
Like, don't show him that movie before you go. Yeah, you're not going, dude.
She's like, not my white baby. No, I did. I went by myself. Again, maybe like milk, maybe 2% Spanish. Like maybe I could get by here and there. Every restaurant, I swear to God, I'm not kidding. I would pick the most expensive thing on the item, on the menu, because I knew it had to be good.
Yeah.
And like I was like, can't miss. It's the most expensive thing here. And I'd just be like, and I just do a lot of pointing. This guy right here. And like, no mas.
Yeah.
And we got the hardest part for me was the airport because like what is like the arrivals and the departures and this and everything was in Spanish. I was like, I'm cooked. Like I am cooked.
How long ago was this?
The first time I went was in 2021, but I've went I think 2 or 3 times after that.
Okay. Yeah. So that was around the time that I wasn't going. So I don't know how it was for you, but recently having gone, I'll tell you, getting through and everything is so much easier.
Right.
It used to be like they would give you this when you're on the airplane. I don't know if you ever got
a little
this
card.
They would give you a paper you had to fill out, how long you're going to be there, where you're staying, whatever. And then you had to hold on to the, they would give you this thing. And you got to keep that in your passport. God forbid you don't have it when it's time to come back. And now it's just like nothing. All you need is
take
your
your picture
passport.
or something, right?
Yeah. All you need is your passport.
Hey, watch this. You want me to get some more Henny? Give me a hell yeah. I'm messing with you. No, I think it's so crazy. Like I said, that scene specifically in Mexico, I could relate to it because I was like, man, I could just imagine. And I know how I feel like me and your personality is pretty similar. I was like, man, he must have been shit in bricks, boy.
Oh yeah, dude. No, it was not only that. I mean, like if we're talking about back in the day, going and playing with Selena, it kind of felt like a lot of things were being learned by all the parties involved, the promoters, the event people, whatever, you know what I mean? The band, management, we were learning as we were going along, all of us. So at times, it would feel a little unorganized and scary. It's a hell of a feeling to be up on stage and see 90,000 people and everything's great. And you're like, wow, this is awesome. We're doing this cool stuff. But then if they start any little thing, somebody's unruly over here or a fight breaks out or they just get so too hyped. They start climbing on things they shouldn't be climbing on, primarily like sound system speakers and shit. Right. Like I've been on stage and seen full on, big ass speakers falling down because people were trying to crawl on them to get on the stage. You know what I mean? And then at that point, it becomes scary. Like for real. Like
have you seen that Travis Scott documentary?
I haven't seen it, but I know that was in Houston, wasn't it? Something happened.
Yeah, I
don't know.
But same thing. Scary stuff. Like too many people climbing on fences and falling down, and just I don't know, man. It
and
gives
at that
me
point,
anxiety.
Yeah, at that point, well, I'll tell you why I get anxiety too around that is because there's nothing you can do.
Right.
All you can do is hope and pray that you're going to be okay and that everybody in the band is going to be okay because behind that stage is just a tour bus and a 20-foot brick wall. And
maybe 2 porta potties.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like, I don't know if I could jump on top of the bus and then get on top of that wall to get out of here. You start
strategically
seriously thinking about that. Yeah, and then, there's Selena there and Suzette and it's like, all right, we need to think about this for real.
For real, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, here we are, right?
Question. Let me say this. Since you are, I'm going to go on. To me, I don't know if you consider yourself, it's kind of a weird situation, like celebrity, local celebrity guarantee, right? how do you feel about being recognized? And also, how do you feel when you're not recognized? Have you ever been in a place where you're like, I'm kind of a big deal, and they're like, I don't know you.
Like, how many times are you stopped at HEB?
Oh my God.
Oh, no. I mean, I get stopped a lot. I get recognized a lot. Like, more times than not, anywhere I go, there's going to be at least a couple of people.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Especially in San Antonio.
And then it takes, and I mean this with nothing but love. It's just a general reaction of people. Is like, so if you see somebody going up to somebody else and they're going like, oh my God, can I take a picture? Then that gets the attention of another person. And then
guarantee. Even if they don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
They just know you're somebody. Like,
We got to do that downtown with you.
But I mean, I don't.
For sure.
I honestly don't think that way about myself. If I were, and I've never really thought about it or talked about it, but if I were to say how it feels to me, it's kind of like, dude, I've done some really cool stuff. You know what I mean? That a lot of people like. And that's a cool thing. You know what I mean? Like I probably feel a lot like the person that's coming up to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I probably feel that same. We're exchanging this positive energy. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's a cool thing. I don't ever like get upset about it or because, and then the other thing too, I was talking about this the other day, is like, I'm a fan of music. I'm a fan of musicians. And so if somebody has the they want to come up to me and ask for a picture or just even a fist bump or a handshake or an autograph or whatever, I know how many people I've wanted to do that to. So
and it's funny you say that because the Grupo Metal, that guy, you did the podcast with Bean and Cheeseman. Shout out to Sam Nahara.
Sam, what's up, Sam?
He was on the podcast with you, and you said that there were plenty of times where we were at the airport or wherever you were at, y'all saw a celebrity, and you would be like, "Oh, that's so and so," and he would be the one to go. And I loved his answer because he was like, "Of course," because how many other times am I going to be in this situation where I see him? And that's how I felt at the Low Car Show with you. I was like, I'm not going to say nothing. Just keep it cool. Fuck it. I went straight to you. I was like, hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, no.
Please be on my podcast.
It was cool. I mean, like I said, and look, we're here doing a podcast. You know what I mean? We didn't just we didn't just get that photo op or whatever. I was like I said earlier, like it's really weird that usually when I do podcasts or certain things like that, it goes through
management,
how it has to go through whatever. But when I met you,
next time I'll have you go through.
You were
beans.
no, you know what? Look, I'll tell you something. You were cool.
I appreciate it.
You were chill. You were cool. I was able to talk to you for a minute, and then you asked me about the podcast. I was like, you know what? Yeah.
That was seriously awesome. You gave me your numbers. Like, yeah, let's just go through that. And well, I hadn't been drinking that day, by the way. If it was like a night show, no, I hadn't.
You hadn't? Oh,
because boy, I've been to. It's a weird balance. I don't know if you're like this, but it's a weird balance because, like today, for instance, like sometimes I'm like, God, just get one or two just to take the edge off. You know, it helps me out.
Yeah.
And then 1 to 2 turns into 3 and 4. Like I've been to one of my absolute, I don't want to call him idol because he's a lot younger than me, but I love that Mexican OT. Like he signed this Lucha Libre mask. I love that Mexican OT. And I went to a show, got backstage passes. I'm literally rubbing shoulders with everybody. And I was just, give me a hell yeah, goosh, goosh, goosh. And one too many, it makes you sloppy. You know what I mean? And it can kind of fuck you up.
There's a fine line.
There's a fine line. So I'm always really hesitant. But in the backstage area where we were for the car show, there wasn't like a vendor with drinks. Like I was kind of forced not to drink, or I probably would have. But yeah, so you're like, oh, he was a nice guy. I probably wasn't drinking, you know what I mean? But yeah, I probably would have tried to have 1 or 2 just to kind of relax. And sometimes it goes north and sometimes it goes south.
Dude, and especially over like at that event.
Yeah.
When because I had a couple of people Bob, I don't know if you remember Bobo, the big dude I was with. He's an amazing studio. He's my right-hand man in the studio, whatever. And then, of course, Risa was with me, too. And So I wanted to go get a beer, and Bob's like, dude, you're not going out there standing in line, because they had long lines apparently, whatever. And he was like, I'll go get them. So they went to go get the beers. And then when they came back, the beers were like that freaking big. And I was like, oh, no wonder,
Yeah.
So it's easy to get, especially with nerves kicking and you're just drinking it. Like,
I think it's so natural though. You know what I mean? Like, I think when people pretend like, oh, I don't get nervous or oh, I'm good. Like, are you though? Like, people at work, it's so funny. I have a regular 9 to 5, by the way, which I don't promote for the podcast on there. But I'm so good at public speaking, so good. And they're like, "Oh, John will do it." John, where'd you get so good at public speaking? I'm like, "Well, I spoke to Chris Perez last night." I spoke to Grammy award-winning Chris Perez last night. Maybe that's where I get it from.
Did you trash any rooms or right? Some weird shit?
If Beans comes in here tomorrow and this shit's all fucked up, you know who I was partying with, buddy.
I promise to behave tonight. I'll behave tonight. We're good.
It was funny though because I'd asked Chris Perez if he wanted anything to drink. I like to accommodate my guest with alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverages, and he kindly declined. And I was like, you know what? This is a good opportunity to give me a new bottle of Henny. And I got one, and I was gonna ask you again, like, are you sure? I got you a glass of ice. Like, are you sure you don't want to do this? And you came with something. So I thought that was, you're being a trooper.
It was a last minute, it was what they call an last minute executive decision.
Yeah, I love that. So, I love that.
But yeah, no, I mean, I'm dude, we've been working so hard for the last couple of months. And I have a window of time. I mean, starting with when we were at the car show, at the Lolo car show, like I think I did maybe 2 studio sessions. And those were just for fun at my studio at home, but it wasn't like anything scheduled or whatever. It was just something I wanted to do, and we've been able to really relax.
Okay, so on that note, what is one song from the absolute beginning of your career to right now? What is one song, as soon as you got done with that recording, you pushed stop, you were like, God, that's going to be a hit. And like, you couldn't wait for that to come out. Anything come to mind?
The national.
The last song I did. I say that, or I hope that's the case with everything I do, or at least that's the intention and the energy that I bring to the project. You know what I mean? Now, whether it happens or not is kind of out of my hands.
Okay, so flip that. Is there any time you hit the button, you're like, Gah! And then you're like, this shit's gonna blow? And it was like, I don't know why. Like my last episode, for instance, I had a power slapper on there. Have you ever seen that on YouTube and like on Instagram where you just like slap the shit out of people?
Oh yeah.
He's from San Antonio. I had a I've seen him in Vegas twice now. And it was just by accident because I just love power slapping. And they were like, fighting out of San Antonio. And I was like, here's my shot. I got him on the podcast last episode. I thought I was going to crush. Didn't do so well. And I was like, damn, that's interesting.
I don't say that after the fact, like after the session or anything like that. When I say that is going in, it's like, please God, don't leave me hanging today. Like, give me something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, please.
Give me something, because I have a genuine fear. Anytime I go into the studio to record with anybody, I have a genuine fear that it's like, you're going to show up, plug in, hey, everybody's cool, whatever, and then it's time to play, and then it's nothing. Like, ooh, I have a fear that that's going to happen. And I think that's part of the motivation with me.
I had that fear about 45 minutes ago, buddy.
Yeah, no, but you're good.
Right.
You're good. And that's the whole thing. That's kind of how it is with me. It's like we have that fear. And for me, I think it's a healthy thing.
I agree.
Because I don't want to go in, like, I've done some dumb stuff as far as like not going to sessions because I'm just in my own head and I don't want to be in a room with these people and something possibly not come out,
For sure.
Part of me is like, I have this image to maintain, right? I have this caliber, whatever I do in my head has to be this.
For sure. Set the bar high,
It can't be this.
For sure.
And then if even if they're going like, dude, it's this, and I feel like it's this, I'm not gonna listen to them.
Right, I hear you.
So
You're your worst critic.
I would say that is true. Unless we've had some drinks, then I'm the coolest motherfucker in the world. No, I'm kidding,
dog. Same.
I'm kidding. But no, I mean, it's a real thing. I mean, I mean, even going to Selena, probably the most guitar player wise anyway, the most iconic song would be a song like Bitty Bitty Bomb Bomb, which has a guitar solo, right? And whatever. And the guitar solo has become not apparently, like I've seen it. It's become this iconic thing. Like people wait to hear the guitar solo.
For sure.
And I remember recording it that day, and I remember being in the studio, and we had been working on that record day and night. I'm going to be the whole record, A.B., Ricky, myself, Joe, Suzette, the guys in the, we would go into the studio prepared, ready, boom. And this was, it was a different time. So you didn't just take a computer with a hard drive and you had everything and then you hook it up to the mixing board of the studio or whatever. Nerd talk. Sorry, guys. But you would have to actually take the keyboards. So the walls of the studio would be lined, like the keyboards, we would line them up against the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And each one was drawing a sound. And then Ricky, our freaking mad scientist of the group, had his MIDI patch bay or whatever the hell he used. And a MIDI cable would run to each
outlet of some sort.
Each keyboard. And then he would have the program, Cakewalk, I think we were using back in the day before Pro Tools. And boom, hit the space bar, and the computer would tell all the keyboards what to do, right? So we saved a lot of time because, it was already done. And just record it. Red would record it, our engineer at the time, and then AB would do the bass, I would do the guitars. So on that particular song, Bitty Bitty Bomb Bomb, I knew there was going to be a guitar solo section, right? Because of the way we wrote it, how we had arranged it and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, I'll figure it out when the day comes. And we get to the studio and it's that time. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, there's this big hole in a song.
It's your turn.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Well, and then the guitar player, musician brain starts clicking in a weird way. And I remember I just was hoping, like, again, give me something, Red. I said, play the solo, and I just like kind of noodled or whatever, and then I didn't feel shit. I was like, stop, and he stopped, and I said, hey, I need you to loop that part for me, and y'all just leave, go have lunch, whatever. And he did. He looped just the rhythm section, which was just a chord progression going over and over again with all the music. And I took my guitar off and I went and I laid on they had the sofa on the back wall of the studio, the control room, where the big speakers are and all that shit. And he had it cranked. And I just laid there and that thing just kept going and going and going. And then there it came. Like from up there, something just came down. Boom, and I started hearing it in my head. And this is what I'm gonna do. And then and I'm envisioning my hands and where they're gonna go and what notes are gonna be. How am I gonna do this part? And then they came back and I told Red, all right, I'm good. I got up off the sofa and went and sat down. He goes, okay, let's do this. Boom, record. That's the take.
One take, Jake?
That's it. That was it. And then I finished it, and then I was like, what do you think? I'm like, it's good. Everybody thought it was good. I was like, all right, then. I guess we're done.
Start leaving me.
It was nuts. It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy.
Man, yeah.
Was it when, when your part's done, did she ad-lib the part? Cuando escuché esta canción, mi corazón quiere cantar así. Because that was like perfect when it dropped.
You know what? Honestly, I don't remember. I want to say she hadn't done her vocals yet at all. That was the last thing that needed to go on, because I remember there's actually a mistake in Bitty Bitty Bom Bom because I don't know where I'm at in the song. And so I wanted to do this one part underneath the verses, which it happens the first time. But then when it goes to the chorus, I wanted to do another part. And I thought we were... You know, I in my head, because no vocals were on there, I just played it thinking I knew where the sections were. Right. So when you hear her come around, cada vez, you hear the guitar going, you hear that? That's a mistake. That's supposed to be under the chorus. But it opened up a whole verse section for her. Oh, nice. And she tore it up, yeah. So no, I don't think her vocals were there. I don't think there was even a scratch vocal on there, because she was, she liked to go in, get it done, and get out.
And I think Louie the singer just recently made a video about that solo. And boy, and I knew you were in the batter's box, and I was like, hell motherfucking yeah, that's Louie, Chris Perez, goddammit.
Yeah, Louie's my boy, man. I mean, and super talented. Louie. He's a prolific songwriter. Like, I don't know where his lyrics come from, but they just like come out.
Chat GPT. No, I'm kidding.
You know what?
I'm kidding.
Louie.
I'm kidding. Louie, we need you on the podcast, dog.
Bro, come straighten this shit out.
No, but to be fair, so on the flip end of that coin, right? This is a funny story. It's not funny, but it's an interesting story. Do you know who Tino Cucino is?
Yes.
Okay, so I had Tino Cucino on the podcast recently, and man, when I say bromance, like he sat down and I sat down, it was just a bromance. And afterward, or maybe on the episode, he was like, bro, have you had Louie the singer on? And I was like, I wish I did, but I don't have any connections. And he's like, we're tight. Like, he's in San Antonio today. I'll plug you with him. If he's not on today or, sometime soon, next time he's in San Antonio, he'll get on for sure. He's a nice guy. I was like, oh, cool, man. I go to Tino Cucino's comedy show afterward. It was his birthday the night before. So like when we get there, he's like, shots, and we're bromancing. So we're taking shots, and it's all good.
Louie?
No, me and Tino.
Tino, okay.
And so after the show, it was his second stop on his comedy tour. So it was a big deal for him. Maybe I don't even know. Yeah, second. It was in Arizona first, and then San Antonio second. And it was a big deal. It was his first comedy tour, and he was celebrating San Antonio. He lived in San Antonio. He has a big following in San Antonio. Shots started to get poured, and we're all feeling ourselves. She's like, dude, let's go up the street. I think it's called Pink Shark. I'm not sure exactly, but let's go to Pink Shark. We're going to do karaoke. And I was like, hell motherfucking right. So we do karaoke. Again, now I'm loosey-goosey, right? I'm like, Nelly, hot in here. Why you at the bar if you ain't popping the bottles, right? I'm in my zone. And after I get off stage, he's like, oh, I want to introduce you to somebody. What? Okay. He's like, here's Louie the singer. And I'm like, oh. So remember I told you, like, you take one too many. I thought I was in my safe zone. I wasn't in, like, my sales pitch zone. So I was probably, like, bloodshot, face red. And I'm like, I'm a big fan, dog. Got to get you on the podcast. And he was like, yeah. He gave me his, his manager's information. So we're working on it. But Louie's going to sit there one day. Mark my words.
Yeah, I mean, I can help you get that done.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. He's very talented. Like Paul Wall, he's probably my biggest idol. I love Lil Flip, but Paul Wall is like a god. So if you ever see
he's
Paul Wall,
Paul Wall's a friend. He's a good friend. Baby Bash. He actually recorded on one of my songs, and I mean, it's really cool to.
Is the Pushing Ahead Spanish version, right?
Yes, it was that one.
And I never heard Baby Bash speak that Spanish. Yeah. I was impressed. I was like, okay, Baby Bash.
Yeah, well, I mean, Houston.
Yeah, Houston in the baby. House, so, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Like I said, taking a deep dive into your catalog. Recently, you've done a lot of music with Louie the singer. Yes. You have a brand new song called Buzzin'. Mm-hmm. You have a guitar solo on Buzzin'. How did that work out, man? Was that filmed in San Antonio?
Yes, at the El Honky Tonk, right not far from here. Not far from here. Yeah, we went over there and knocked it out. You know, like I said, I'm really proud of Louis. I mean, he's a hard worker. He really believes in himself, and you know, he's not looking for any kind of easy road. He wants to be here for the long haul and yeah, put the work in. And yeah, he's look at him. I mean, yeah.
So I think that's kind of funny that you say that though, because in a lot of these music videos, you get your acting on. So to be in like this shell and I'm shy and hell no.
I don't like it.
Pushing ahead.
Yeah, no, I don't like it.
But do you have to hit that switch?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I can relate.
Hit that switch. But
you were really good in that.
Well, thanks, but I'm really uncomfortable while it's going. I'm like, all that stuff. Yeah. Well, you know, yeah. I mean, it's acting, bro. It's hard for me to step outside myself like that and act. Yeah.
Look at this. This is brilliant, by the way.
We're going to get a copyright strike.
Yeah, you'll have to fix that for me, Beans. I was very impressed.
Man, it was hot that day.
Where was this at?
In San Antonio.
Wow.
In some Airbnb backyard. What are those things called? Those Airstreamers or Gold?
Oh, yeah, Airstream.
Airstream. 8/14. That's my birthday. August 14th.
Look at you.
Yeah, when you let the hair out, it's easy. Wow, it sounds good in these headphones.
Yeah.
I usually hear stuff and then, or do stuff and then move on. Yeah.
Did you train boxing at all? Or you just went in there and just did
I did, but not like I only maybe like 6 days, 6 times.
Oh, okay. That's decent.
Yeah, Alex, cool dude. He was at Davies. You know, that's where we did it. We did a lot of the boxing stuff there. But yeah, it was an experience, and they were super cool.
Yeah,
that whole crew, you know, allowing me to have access to all that stuff. And
so when was the transition from I'm gonna be a guitarist to give me that mic, dog? Give me the mic. Pass me the mic.
Probably some of this.
Yeah, that always helps me. I feel like I can box right now too.
Yeah, a little bit of drinks in our system. And I mean, shoot, it's just one of those things where every now and again, as a musician, there are these, like, I think for me, I'm always chasing something, right? I'm always trying to do that one thing that, I don't know. It's just one certain special thing. I have a couple of songs that are like that. One is Best I Can, which is off of Resurrection.
Love that one.
The other one is this one, Pushing Ahead. In that, dude, I'm not kidding. So Pushing Ahead started, I was asleep, and I had a dream that I was in the studio with Justin Timberlake. And we're there in the room, and I'm telling him, hey, dude, check it out. I got this idea. I don't know. And to me, it was very George Michael's Faith, right? Because I got a hat, dunk, dunk, dunk. It was that. But it was the way I'm playing it and Pushing Ahead, dunk, 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 right? And I'm thinking that, and he's going, oh, yeah, that's cool. And as I'm playing him the riff, I don't have any of the lyrics or anything yet. We start like floating off the floor, like about a foot, and then we start floating around the room. You know what I mean? And I woke up, I shot up, and I was like, holy shit. And I ran to the other side of the apartment, because I was living in an apartment at the time. And I ran to the other side, through the living room into the other bedroom, and I got my phone and I recorded the riff, and the words just
instantly came.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
And when that happens, I've been doing this long enough to know, like, oh shit, this is one of those moments. You know what I mean? You're like, yes, you know, and it just comes down. Through. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy when that happens. And I think that's what keeps me going. That's because I'm always chasing that stuff. Like, I mean,
that dream.
You know, and people know if they're around me or whatever, like there are times where I'll just pick up a guitar and I'll play something I've never played before and I'll just start singing a part. And then like Risa or Bob will be like, is that, what is that? You know, and I'm like, I don't know.
It's a vision, yeah.
Boom, and then I'll record it. You know what I mean? I'll record it. And I wish it happened more, but I'll take them when I can get them.
No, I think that's beautiful, man. Like I said, and where you're at in music today, like I said, I think you're doing it, man. And you've transitioned really well because music has changed, you know, since when you started in 88 or whenever it was.
Oh, yeah.
And you're able to stick with the times. I think that's very important. Like I said, the stuff with Louis, the singer specifically, like, because I know that's came out just a few days ago.
Well, I try, you know, and I do different projects for different reasons. Obviously, I do Grupo Metal featuring Chris Perez because that kind of fills my cup of, as a guitar player, rock and roller.
I was going to say that,
stuff like that. And then there's Louis, you know, who, I mean, I get to be the country guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which freaks me out, but it's still really cool. And I believe in him and I give it my 100% whenever I record with him or we write together or whatever. You know, I work with Johnny Cash's son, John Carter Cash. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I do that for another reason because obviously his pedigree and what he's tied to.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I do it for that. And plus he's an amazing dude. Him and his wife, Anna Christina. I mean, we are legit friends.
Right.
You know, but I jam with them. You know, that's how I started with that. And then there's also we just did a song with the Tex Maniacs, which, you know, for me, I wanted to be a part of that because of the cultural aspect of what they bring to Tejano music or conjunto music. And you know what I mean? Like, I want to be that guy. I don't want to be known just for, oh, he was in Los Dinos or he was married to Selena. I get it. The love story is amazing. It's beautiful. And the you know, my small part in the whole thing and the legacy and the music and the band, I'm a lucky guy, right?
For sure.
I'm a lucky guy that I got to be a part of that. But I'm also, as a musician, always searching, you know what I mean? Always trying to think of something different. And what's weird is that I'm saying that right now after we just talked about how freaking scared I get, you know what I mean? Or the anxiety. And it's like, well, if you get anxiety, why are you doing all these things?
But I
don't know.
I feel the same way. No, a lot of people can't relate to that. I feel the same way because like I said, like they see me on the podcast and they think I'm that guy.
Yeah.
And I can be that guy.
And you are.
And I want to be that guy.
Yeah, that's a part of you.
But when I walk out of these doors and I'm in the car, I'm thinking same thing. It's like, did I do good? Did I say something? Like I can't. Like you start to get in your head a little bit. So I think it's normal.
I think at the same time, the anxiety is the reason why you do it too. Because if you didn't care, you wouldn't have that anxiety. You know what I mean? You'd just go out there and be stupid and, you know, just do what you do. But
yeah, I can never do that.
Yeah.
I can never do that. It's
how did this feel? Like there was nobody in the stadium and you're able to run this, man. And this blew my mind. This, have you heard this, Jahan?
I have not.
Oh.
What stadium is this?
Alamodome.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, that's me in my element.
It's him on his couch.
This sound check, by the way, that's why there's nobody there.
Crazy.
It's like nobody came to see him. No, it's not that.
Yeah, we need some more context on that story.
Yeah, this is just sound check.
Yeah, I was a bit in my head. Like, am I being too crazy with this?
But then afterwards, right?
Yeah, when the workers started clapping. And you know what? I built that guitar.
Oh shit!
Yeah, put it together, I should say.
Wow. Have you done this at other? You did this at a Mavericks game
I've
as
done
well?
it at a few events.
A
yeah.
few events. Okay.
Hopefully, I get to do it for my Spurs, but
Hell,
Oh, come on.
I'm gonna tag him. Tag him on this.
tag him on it.
He's a rock star, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Check it out. There's
Oh.
nobody in there, but you're gonna hear
Oh,
people
this-
cheering.
The workers were out tripping. Thank you. Like, I guess I'm not overdoing it.
Nah, that was dope.
Yeah,
Love that.
dude. I mean, that was an amazing moment. Yeah, that's another reason that we do what we do, or that I do what I do, is for stuff like that. Like I'm in my head the whole time I'm playing it. Like, is this too much? Do I pull back? Do I? I don't want. I hear like 1,000 voices in my head. Some being like, "Yes, you're doing the right thing." Some doing like, "Oh, don't disrespect the anthem," and some being like, "You ain't Jimi Hendrix." I'm not gonna light my guitar on fire like he did, but maybe one day.
That's crazy, man. And I feel like the Spurs needs to happen. Like, I feel like the Spurs needs to happen.
I feel like it has to happen too, Jonathan, man.
Come
Dude, I would love
on.
that. Yeah, and I mean, I'm a huge Spurs fan, to the chagrin of certain people around here, but that are,
Wow.
Well, look, you got a Dodgers hat on, so I'll just say
Pause.
the basketball team.
Are you not a Spurs fan?
I am a Laker.
I'm only saying this once. I'm a Rockets fan.
Wow.
So
Oh, so you saw, the game last night?
yeah, man. But Spurs, I think it's weird too. Like, I love these podcasts because it's not so scripted, right? Like, I can go off the riff a little bit. My grandparents, I told you I'm open with it. I'm from Smithville. My grandparents are like, they were in Houston. And so I'm born in 87. The Rockets win from 94 to 95. Hakeem the Dream.
I remember
Clyde,
that, yes.
Clyde Drexler. Like,
That's right.
they're from Houston. This is
The
just
Wasn't he Clyde the Glide?
Clyde the Glide Drexler, baby.
That's right.
And just a fun fact, my dad's not into sports. My mom, not into sports. My brother, my sister, not into sports. The only people that I knew that were into sports were my grandparents. And I would go to during the summers, we'd go during like Christmas break. I'd go to my grandparents. They'd have Astros hats and they would wear Rocket shit. And that's when the Rockets were great. I told you this was before I moved to San Antonio. I didn't move until I was later in life. The Rockets were closest to me, and Spurs the same. But my roots were from my grandparents, and that was it. It just so happened when the Cowboys won the championships around the same years.
Yes.
They were the most popular team, so of course I like the Rockets. They were winning.
In the early 90s.
Right, I was 9 years old. I didn't know any better. My grandparents rooting for the Rockets. I root for the Rockets. And I'm loyal as fuck. And I'm still repping the Rockets. God damn it.
That's me and the Cowboys, dude.
Yeah.
That's me and the Cowboys
hurts.
too.
It hurts. But hey.
But yeah, I got in trouble on YouTube most recently because I was repping the Dodgers hat. Gets me in trouble, man. I'm an Astros fan, like a lifer, by the way. I know the Killer Bees, Bagwell, Biggio. I love the Astros. But like, if you see the shirt, shout out to Murder Streetwear, has the blue in it. The blue, you got to keep
That's
fresh.
a badass shirt. Oh, okay. You're matching.
You just got to
That's
do
what
it
it
for
is.
the matching, yeah. But you wear it, and it's like, you motherfucking fake ass motherfucker. It's like, stop. You know?
Yeah, no, I don't mind that stuff. I mean, I
wear a ton of Spurs shit because I'm from here now. It's and you can relate, I'm sure. Like, when the Spurs are good, the whole city is electric.
Yeah.
And it's hard not to like them, right? Like, they're on the billboards, on the news, they're on this, they're on that. You after work, they're like, what do you want to do? Do you want to watch Spurs game? Hey, happy hour Spurs. how could you not love Wemby, right? And Castle, and they have so much love.
So if the Spurs, like they did the other night, are playing the Rockets, who are you going for? Does it hurt?
It hurts. It hurts.
Either way.
It hurts. And I gotta stay true to my roots. I go Rockets.
You go Rockets.
But that's hard for me. But so like I almost wear the Spurs hat, right? And like if I would have said the same thing today, but I was in a Spurs hat, they'd be like, this fake motherfucker. I gotta like the Rockets are my baby. But it's nice to root for the Spurs when they're winning. And even when they're not winning, but like Wemby is absolutely phenomenal.
Crazy.
And his personality, and he cries after the game like you want to love him, right? Like it's just a Harper. I mean, we can go for days about how good the Spurs are lately, and that's why you love Timmy and Manu and Parker. It's like you love the person and even Pop, right? Like the culture of San Antonio, and that's why I love San Antonio. And so like to this day, I've had several people sitting here from Fluffy to Concrete to Duno, and we talk like, oh, LA food. I'm San Antonio, Mexican Concrete. I love Concrete. Yeah,
he's a real good friend of ours.
Oh, he's coming back in October. Please get back on the podcast, Concrete.
I think we're gonna do his show. I'm doing his show in April in LA. We're going.
Love
We have
Concrete.
a show out there, and he's gonna put us on this radio show.
So what's great? Oh, cool. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
What's cool about Concrete is so we're debating this Tex-Mex versus LA and so I'd ask the LA boys the question like like in my opinion Texas has like 4 big pillars, right? Like Austin, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio. Rank them. It was weird because I had Jerry Garcia. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Jerry Garcia. I had Jerry Garcia, Duno, and I had Concrete. They have the Peritos podcast. It was weird because Jerry Garcia said, there's something about Dallas, man. I love Dallas. It kind of reminds me of back home. And I was like, okay, cool. Duno was like, nah, fool. I love Houston, dog. Like, I love the Houston culture, dog. It was Concrete that said, I'm not going to lie to you. San Antonio has a very special place in my heart. I love San Antonio. And ever since then, Concrete's my dude.
Yeah. He had a show here not too long ago at the Laugh Out Loud, and we all went and hung out. And
cool.
and he and then he did it. Was it? Oh no, it was another one. Wait, was Concrete at the one in LA when we went to the Laugh Out Loud in LA? And he was like, "Man, we got one of the best guitar players, right?
No,
we got one of the best guitar players here." And I'm like,
who? I want to meet him.
yeah, he mentioned me. The crowd, everybody went crazy.
Well, he's gonna be back here in October. I want to sit with y'all when we come. Can I sit with y'all?
Dude, just let me know. Or actually, he'll let me know, I'm sure.
That'll be dope, man.
If he's here, yeah, we'll probably be hanging out.
That'd be dope. Yeah, I want to get him back on the podcast. I think he follows me. He follows me. So he likes some of my posts. I'm sure he'll like this one.
Yeah.
I love Concrete.
Is that the night we went to Kona? With everybody? Or was it just remember after the Laugh Out Loud, we went to Kona. I wanted to say he was with us, but no, that was the other time.
What you know about them sake bombs, boy?
I know I crashed a car after I drank a few of those. That's about it.
He's from San Antonio, boys.
Oh yeah,
boy.
Yeah.
I love Concrete, man. And it's weird. It's weird to me. I haven't. Do you feel like there's always like this weird vibe between Texas and California? Like, I'm going to transition the question because you had also said that in music there's always a healthy competition, like a healthy, friendly competition. And I feel the same way with Texas and California. Like remember what I was saying? Like Austin, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio. In the United States, it's California, New York, Florida, Texas, right? Like we're one of the 4 big guys, and we're the closest to California. We're both, Mexican based, and I think there's a little bit of friendly competition there.
There is, but Texas is gonna win every time. This is my dude. I'm Tejano.
Yeah, boy.
Literal. I'm from Texas. I love all the different cultures and being a part of it and experiencing those things. But I'll tell you what, there is nothing.
Hold on.
Give me a hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. But
I don't know if they heard that Can crack.
Oh, it's
going down,
it's
baby.
going down in here. They're trying to be all secretive, but anyway,
my bad.
no, it's all good. But like honestly, in my heart, the way I feel is, I'm gone. I can appreciate the people from wherever I'm going, and their fans or whatnot, or the music,
For sure.
love the music and things like that. But there's nothing like coming home. And I guess it would be the same thing for anybody else. If you're from Cali,
For sure.
if you're from Miami or Florida or from New York or anywhere in between, like there's just nothing like coming home. And it's a fact. San Antonio, Texas is my home.
What do you love absolutely most about San Antonio that always brings you back?
That I feel like I know it. Like it's not one specific thing. It's like when I land and I breathe the air, I'm like, I'm home.
There's a scene in Next Friday when they pull up to Rancho Cucamonga and Day-Day's like, you smell that? The air tastes good, don't it? And that's how I feel when I pull up to San Antonio. The air tastes good, don't it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like the last time I was in Mexico, and I came home, although I had an amazing time in Mexico and I loved it, and I can't wait to go back and be there. Landing in the US, when you feel those plane wheels, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's like, I think that's the moment I realize, okay,
Back in
I'm home.
my comfort zone.
Yeah. And no matter what happens from here on out, I know how to handle it.
Did you go to the buzzing out? Like, what was it? Some sort of buzzing party in San Antonio? I don't know if it's like
a couple of weeks ago, he had a
Right.
record release or a single release.
Yeah. So the single release, I talked to his manager, got clearance to be backstage with me and Chris Perez. And the night before, I'm in Vegas. And I had a 6 a.m. flight in Vegas, right? So I'm always paranoid. So I'm like, man, I got to wake up at 3:30. Got to get my bag packed. Got to go to the airport. Got to go through this. I got to do that. I mean, I woke up around 3:30. Got on my flight. The time change hits you 2 hours in advance. I was supposed to go to that the next day. I was so
Hungover.
tired.
Hungover probably is the word.
I couldn't
been
make
there.
it.
I hate that, man.
And shout out to Flaws BFR. He had hit me up. He's like, "Hey, are we still going?" Because I had me in an extra, and I was like, I told him all week, like, Louie the Singer is buzzing. I got the clearance. Shout out to Louie the Singer. He hit me up and was like, "Are we still going?" I was like, "I can't make it, dude." He's like, "What?" I was like, "I'm tired."
You know it was bad if you couldn't make that
I'm
thing.
tired. But you did go.
I did go.
That's tight. Lahonky
Yeah,
too, right?
Yeah, dude. Again, I was like, what, 10 minutes late today because we had at 7. I showed up at 7:10, and
Hold on.
I'm
hold on,
really-
Hold on. Let's see if I get this button right. I'm always wrong.
dude, because I'm and ask anybody I work with or
Very punctual.
I'm on time. Like I make sure, like I'll have my maps open on my phone, what time I'm going to get there. And I always try to do it 5 minutes earlier. But I say all that because the day of his event, his record or his single release, the day he's like, "Oh man, yeah, but I'm going to be there at 7. So get there at 7. If you can," right? He's cool. So it's like, all right. So there I am, dude. We got there actually a little before 7. And dude, he wasn't there. And so I said, okay, well, he said 7 anyway. And then we went, Arisa, Babo, and myself went to, there was another bar right next door. We went in to blow some time because there was already a lot of fans in that other one. And,
For sure.
there's no way we're going to be able to just chill. So we went to this next door bar. Dude, I think the average age of everybody in there was 70, 75.
Oh, way.
And we walked in and they were like, "Chris," and applauding and hand claps and shit. And I was like, "Oh my, okay, well, whatever." And then Bob's like, "What do you want me to get you?" I said, "Take a vodka soda." And he goes to the bar. They're like, "Hey, they only sell beer here." I said, "Give me Michelob Ultra or whatever." So we had a beer. Dude, I'm taking pictures with all these 70-year-old older people, and it was
Right.
awesome. It was amazing. And they're talking to me. I'm talking to them. And then we go back to the bar next door where Louis is supposed to be. Louis is like 2 hours late.
Ooh.
So I was just there. We were just there hanging out for about 2 hours. Yeah. But, and then he got there and he went on stage and he played his acoustic set and everything was super cool.
That's tight.
I think he played the video. I'm not sure.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But the video just came out. So
I love the video. Like I said, and I had a feeling it was filmed in San Antonio. I wanted to make sure. And you're in the beginning, and there's a chunk in the middle where there's no Chris Perez, and I'm like, "Where's my Chris Perez?" And then you come at the very end, like he has like a solo scene where he's just like doing his thing or whatever.
Oh yeah. Well, Louis got to do it. Louis got to do it.
I hear you.
And the thing is, like, that's just the way I like to work with people. Like although I get the reasoning behind like there should be more me in it or whatever. At the same time, I'm just kind of like, do you?
No, and it's his song great, but I was anticipating it, and let it behold, you showed up and just
Well, even though I'm not all over the video, I'm all over the song. I mean, that's me on the guitar.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, and actually, his two guitar players that go on the road with them, freaking amazing guitar players, and there's some of them in there too. I tried to put more of his band in the recording, but I think with Louis, like he got used to the way we demoed it, which was all me.
Right.
And so when we sent him a remixed version with his guys on it, he was like, "What'd you do? Like, I want more of you." I'm like, "Oh, I'm in there, but the other guys are playing too." And he's like, "No, I want it the other way." So, we helped him out.
Y'all have really good chemistry, by the way. What's that? Y'all at least 3 songs together, right?
Yeah.
And it's all I have not.
No, there's way more songs than that.
I heard 3.
So he put a record out on Universal Music Nashville, a record label. He's on that label, and I want to say I'm on 2, maybe 3 on that record.
Oh, cool.
But then there's Brothers, and then there's Buzzing. I don't know, dude. I've been working on so many different things these days, and it's I'm blessed. I'm thankful. Sure. It's just as a musician, as a guitarist, and to have the team that I have around me, and just to be able to it doesn't feel like work.
No, for sure.
It can stress you out here and there again because you want to put your best foot forward, and that there's pressure in that, dealing with different styles of music, whether it's Tejano, whether it's rock, country, all this other stuff.
For sure.
But at the end of the day, it's like, dude, we're doing it.
I hear you, and I love that. So before we get you out of here, just a few more things. Give me some advice, because I am also my worst critic, and I want to give the best product, and I put so much pressure on myself to give the best product, to get the biggest guest, to drop the biggest episode, and I'm trying not to think that way. What would Chris Perez say in my shoes?
I would say that line in the sand that you walk up to, and you have to cross it, right? To be the guy that you think you need to be. I say look forward to that, because not very many people get to do it, and you have to be gracious and thankful that you're in this situation, that you get to do that thing, instead of like me. Maybe I'm giving myself some advice, I don't know, but you want to be look forward to it instead of going like, oh, I gotta whatever. When you start thinking that way, start getting in your head and I hope I do whatever, smile, take a deep breath, and realize that you are in a very special place.
I appreciate that.
And it's good for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Because I do get in my head quite a bit, man.
Yeah, and you kind of almost stress about it, because you want to be so good and you want to be so right on. Just go like, dude, I'm here. You know?
I agree. No, it's a constant battle that I deal with because, like I said, I set you set the bar high when making a song, when making anything, right? Like every episode, I'm like, man, like if it's by myself or if it's with Chris Perez with the Power Slap, I'm like, man, I gotta bring it. Yeah. And sometimes, like I'd mentioned, sometimes it's here, sometimes it's there, and I get in my head about it. And it's something that I struggle with, but it's something that I'm trying to work on. And I feel like you can relate.
Yeah. And the other thing too is I don't think this would be an issue with you or like your problem, but also remember the energy you bring into the room, which is awesome, by the way.
Thank you so much.
You know, just remember about that. Just think about it. Because that energy you bring into the room, it's gonna translate. I agree.
Because if this were bad, it would have probably been over. You know? No, I appreciate that. So, a few more things. I just have to. I feel like if I don't get this off my chest, I'm gonna be. And it's nothing, by the way. It's nothing. There was this one time, probably 10 years ago. I don't even know what we were talking about. Me and a friend, and swear to God, this is such a weird. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's a weird story that always, when Chris Perez comes to mind, this story comes to mind, and it's short lived. It's really not that much meat on the bone, not much context. But we were just, to my knowledge, just like having some drinks and having fun. And he goes, "Dude, you know Chris Perez lives in San Antonio, right?" And I'm like, "No way." He's like, "Yeah," and he gives me the whereabouts of where you live. He's like, "Yeah, he lives in such and such and such and such area." And I'm like, "Dude, that's literally right across the street from where I was working." I was like, and I lived off of, at the time, I lived off of Woodstone, I-10 and Woodstone. He's like, "It's kind of by you." And I'm like, "Well, I live off of Woodstone. I'm sure it's not by me." He's like, "I see him a lot at the HEB.
Hell yeah.
Just
dude,
saying."
that's my fucking store, dude.
and all I could think about was, because that would have been my HEB if I lived on Woodstone, right? I'm like,
it would have been the one on Days of Valley.
Yeah. And he was like, that was the whereabouts. And he was like, "He lives in that vicinity." And I'm like, "That just so happens to be on my vicinity." And he's like, "You might run into Chris Perez. Keep your eyes peeled." And it was one of these stories that that was one of the first stories that I ever remember Chris Perez coming to mind. He's like, "Yeah, Chris Perez lives in San Antonio."
I used to love that HEB.
Yeah, it's a nice HEB.
Yeah.
And every time I had in my car and I'm going down, I was like, "Chris Perez here or nah?" Did you live in that vicinity?
Yeah, I used to. That's not my HEB anymore, sadly. I have another HEB that I'm getting to love. It takes some time.
Is it one of them big HEBs?
It's bigger than the one we're talking about.
Right.
Zavala and I-10. It's bigger than that one. But yeah, I used to live, well, it's no secret now because I don't live there anymore. Right. But I used to live right in front of, there's a neighborhood right in front of Clark High School.
Okay.
And I was there for a while. And I was probably there for about 7 years. And then I moved maybe 3-4 years ago. Now I'm in a whole other different part of town. But dude, HEB.
I think, just shooting the shit with you at this point, I-10 and Days of Allah-ish is the top 2 areas in San Antonio. I love that area. Like, it just has everything. Anything you need is right there. Boom, 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 boom.
Hell yeah.
Boom. It's right there.
For sure. But then you go like a mile up the road and you hit 1604 and I-10. It's like, never mind, get me out of here.
Turn around. And it's hard to even turn around there.
Dude.
I was at Chicken and Pickle the other day, and it's like, now you have to go down 1604 and do this whole turn. I was
have you been to the new Kona? Well, I don't know how new it is.
Oh, right by Chicken and Pickle.
Yes.
I saw it. Yeah.
It used to be Barbecuity, which is where I used to order from all the time back in the pandemic days, because I went from living in that neighborhood in front of Clark High School. I got an apartment for about 3 years at the Grandview, which is right there. The Grandview is right on the access road of 1604 and Vance Jackson.
Okay, I know exactly what it's at. Yeah,
I loved it there too.
Yeah, before it got so crazy.
Yeah, I got crazy, but now where I'm at now, it just feels a little safer, like secure.
Outskirts?
Yeah, it's out,
Nice.
dude. It's out. Like we see deer and wild hogs.
Nice.
And I got a fucking donkey in the backyard.
No way.
Dude, it's crazy.
Hell
Goats,
yeah. Hell
goats
yeah.
and shit.
I'm a goat. No, I'm just kidding.
But I'm not that far. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
I'm literally like,
You know, to be fair though, since it's kind of sort of in that area, is it like I-10 and like Babcock-ish? You know, there's a street called Abe Lincoln, and it's so congested in that area, but there's little pockets within San Antonio that have that same type of like country I'm from Smithville, I'm country.
yeah.
They have that, they have acres within the city, within like I-10 and Babcock,
Yeah.
that you can have that type of land and that type of acreage. It's
Yeah,
nice.
no, we used to, there was this one place we used to practice at with my band, and the dude who owned the property had acres of land, and it was like literally, you could be on Wurzbach, I think,
Right. Yeah.
going towards Babcock.
Yeah.
But then you make a right in something, and then there's these weird,
That's what I'm saying.
And
Within
then
that
it
pocket.
was like, what?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
dude. Yeah.
All right. This is way over. Sorry, you're gonna charge me. You're gonna send me the invoice in a bit. 3 of your absolute favorite restaurants in San Antonio. Hole in the walls or very bougie, it does not matter.
Well, like, are we talking about like because of the flavor, or the flavor and the treatment, or because I got a lot of friends that own restaurants, so I have to be careful here because I don't want to start a fight between.
Well,
like,
if I say
10
treatment,
people.
you're gonna go with your friends, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So
Well, no, but then again, but their place is really good too. It's just
maybe you can put me on your friend's treatment. You know what I mean? I'm San Antonio's in the motherfucker, right?
yeah.
I'm gonna go in there and be like, I know Chris Perez.
My favorite. Where do we?
All right, so let's start with this. What's your absolute favorite sushi place in San Antonio? I have mine.
I've had a lot of good times at Sushi.
Sushi. That's a great option.
When I used to
Wurzbach?
live over there on that part of
Wurzbach
town.
and
Yeah,
I-10, yeah.
right there.
I love Goros. Have you been to Goros?
Wait, is that the one on don't tell me, because I'm confused between two places. There's one by Dad's karaoke bar. It's not that one. That's the one.
Yes, sir.
Dude. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, I crashed a car right in front of that place.
Is it cursed at this point?
Dude, I don't go back. And then I ran. Never mind. It's a whole.
Love Goros, by the way. Give it a second chance. It's my absolute
No.
favorite.
It is good. And then there was another one. The reason I get Goros confused with another one that's on I don't know if it's Blanco and like West Avenue area. There's a sushi place there.
Ooh,
There used to
okay.
be one that I
Amazing.
thought he had.
Godai? G-O-D.
Yeah, that one. Yes, that one. See, he knows.
Never been. Yeah. Okay.
You got to go check that
This
one
is
out.
why we're talking. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your absolute favorite burger in San Antonio? If you had to get a burger.
Man, it's a hard one, bro.
Start spitting them if you have a few.
No. Okay. My list would be Burger Boy, Whataburger. I'd probably have to go with Whataburger.
What about what's your thoughts on Chris Madrid's? Some people, you either love it or hate it.
Well, Chris Madrid's used to be the place that all my high school buddies used to go to.
Nice.
So me being a rebel, anti everything, usually, especially in those days, I didn't go very often. And then they would have like the merchandise shirts.
Right.
They would wear them to school, and I was like, even more reason to not. But I've been there a couple of times, and I thought it was great.
Favorite Thai restaurant? And I just came across this place recently, so that's why I'm asking.
A Thai? No, I don't even know. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's all the same.
Beans, pull up this place on Austin Highway. Put Thai Austin Highway, San Antonio. If you haven't
Austin
gone,
Highway.
bro, it's a
Wait,
drive.
are those the crispy egg rolls?
Maybe it's the absolute best Thai. Tongs. Type in Tongs. It just came to me. If you haven't gone to Tongs and you're free this week, holy guacamole, dude.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah,
You
but
like
that's
Thai restaurant?
far.
Yeah, but it's worth the drive. I'm sure it's far to get here. Whoa. The ambiance, to your point, right? The ambiance is nice. They have Thai beer, which is nice. Oof. Oof. I don't even like
Heart-shaped rice.
I don't even like to
That
share that with people, but I'm sharing it with you.
Dude, you're
Tongs.
sorry, man. What is that?
Oh, I don't know, but it's
That's a
good.
boiling pot of cheese or something
Castle. No, I'm kidding. It's good.
for your nachos.
All right, last question, and we'll get you out of here. Concrete comes into town in October, and he's like, I need some Tex-Mex, man. Give me your absolute best Tex-Mex spot in San Antonio.
You know what? We went there the other day, Rosario's.
Ooh, now you're talking my language. Now
Those
you're talking my
enchiladas. Look,
language.
you know, I love mi tierra too.
Oof, yeah.
But it's just like to take people there, they're like, oh, you're bringing me to the touristy
Right,
stuff.
I hear
And I'm
the
like,
same
no,
shit,
bro.
yeah.
No, it's really good. But we went to Rosario's the other day and we ordered so much food.
They're more-
I had my, I think I was on a health kick at the time. So I ordered fish.
Is your
But
cheat day?
somebody got the enchiladas. Huh?
You stuck with it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we ordered some enchiladas, whatever. So then we took them home. And the next day I heated them up and ate them. And I was like, what did dude, Rosario's.
Holler at your boy for sure.
You guys are amazing.
What about last one for me? If I had to take someone out of town, Papacitos, kind of by where you were.
I think they have a picture of me on the wall there.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Or they did. Maybe they took it down. I don't know.
Nah, they have no reason to take it down. Let me wrap this up real quick. San Antonio, let me talk to you real quick. San Antonio. It's On Wax Podcast, baby. It's your boy Henny. I had Chris Perez on the podcast, man. If you can, go to the Instagram page, follow me. If you go to the YouTube page, subscribe, like, comment, do all that fun stuff. Let me tell you something. Chris Perez, Grammy Award winning. He's a motherfucking big deal in San Antonio. The 210. He's a Spurs fan. That helps, right? Holla at your boy. He done gave you all his tips, his tricks where he likes to eat. Go there. Support there. You know what I'm saying? This is the last thing I got to say. Spurs, come through. Chris Perez, I would love to see that. I feel like it's overdue. I feel like it's warranted. I feel like it's deserved. I feel like who else better than? Like if I'm legitimately thinking, but who else better? Hold on, let me think. Hold on, let me think. Hold on.
Whitney Houston. Oh, she
Hold on, let me think.
can't make it.
Rochelle. Dude.
Nobody. Call me Keith Sweat, baby. Nobody, baby. Let's go.
Dude, you got a voice.
If you ever need me to come through on the session, you know. Nobody, baby. Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
A little flipping.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can do that. Chris Perez, go check that buzzing video out right now on YouTube. Follow Chris Perez. What's your Instagram?
Yes. Hey, Chris Perez now, Instagram.
There it
But
is.
listen, for real, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's supported and followed all the different projects that we're a part of, and not only myself but all the crew. You know, Louis, Grupo Metal, Daniela Ramirez, who is our first artist that we dropped on Blue Mariachi Productions. I just thank you guys. Thanks for the support.
On Wax the Podcast, Chris Perez. We out.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Hey, yo, it's your boy Jay Hen, and I got some very exciting news for you guys. If you guys like to have fun and you like to gamble, and maybe you can't always afford to go to Vegas, don't worry about it. I got you covered. If you're in the San Antonio area, you must visit Rustler's Club, located off 410 and Ingram Road. Follow them on Instagram for more information at Rustler's Club SA, and let them know On Wax sent ya.